What's good, YouTube? And welcome to Tier Zero's July 4th sale slash everything must go sale. And they are pricing some things mega down, and my jaw dropped. I don't do overreactions here on the channel. It literally dropped while I was seeing some of the discounts they were doing on EU Ultimate Rares, and those have gone very fast. I did shout this out in the Discord and Twitter while starting to pull up tabs thinking about doing a market watch, but instead I'm going to do a live react. Andy, I have looked through the front 5 pages of the sale. I'm going to try to turbo some more because there are like 10,000 items almost on their sale and discounts. Not everything versus the US market is under, so do actually look it up. Don't shop with FOMO and use code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly while shopping and making your items even cheaper. The Stardust banner here typically goes for around $400. I think I spent near that on mine, like $380 or something like that shipped. And with Tier 0, once you get over a certain amount, which is automatically at this banner, you get free international shipping. So this is a pretty nice one to see. It's like 6 feet tall, definitely outclasses the US one. Then the attribute dice, people were just asking on YBM and Zodiac about these. I looked them up, they have skyrocketed, and we are going to be pulling up Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh attribute dice. We're doing it live for this one. It's gonna feel a little like a live stream, and we're gonna go price plus shipping lowest, and you can see the Japanese ones are definitely a lot cheaper, and then you get custom ones. English is a lot harder to find, and a lot of them are going to be fakes. Like, you start here and you see people are asking 150 for 2, but also best offer, before we go even crazier. Here on Tier 0, we see the different attributes, including Divine here, at a more reasonable price. And then these are actually the chase dice, the gold ones that are clear from the YCSs. I've seen sets go for a lot more than they're asking, and the regular ones completely cheap here for the spell trap attribute ones. Now we get to the second page and there's more dice. Get to the card, John. Okay, we're here. They get into some classic oldies like Immersblade and Samorg that I haven't seen in a good while. If that's an English Samorg, it's not, it's German. I was gonna say that is extremely low. I'd be getting rid of those old fusions too after watching Konami finally getting around to them. I looked up stuff like Heatwave as well. Not necessarily a deal. It's fallen out a lot versus Tenpai. I imagine they'll go through and slash some prices some more. But what really got to me was here on the 4th page, and again, already posted this in Discord and Twitter, so some people grabbed these early deals that I saw as well. Pure Lily in freaking EU Ultimate Rare, Chef's Kiss, $13. Econ, $16. Harpy's Feather Duster, $21. Again, they're going to assess and do restocks of what they can throughout the next 5 days, as well as doing specific mainstay sales. Big Welcome Labyrinth ulti at 16 though, and Divine Carnate, I just looked this up, it is a little under this I think on the US market, but then it's going to be ulti from EU. And Impermet 100, again minus $5 if you used my code. And then I got to playmats, and I'm looking at stuff like the Yusei and Jack here, and then on page 5, this is where I was actually like, what are you doing? This is a Judge mat, still hasn't sold, $47, and I'm probably gonna murder it. I'm gonna try to get it first time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pat is Seal, and then Playmat. It's like $100 playmat. Yeah, 120 lowest, shipped from somewhere Croatia, not the US. 125 then, and then the customs are why I don't always do eBay on Market Watch anymore. I've had so many times where I'm typing something up and then I get Oricas that make the video unusable since I do it all in one take. So that's where eBay's gone largely from Market Watch, if you're wondering, but hey, we're okay here for now. So this is 120 lowest on eBay, and I do get mats are slower sellers, but I've seen these sell in groups for 85s pretty consistently, like when people want to flash sell them. So 47, absolute steal. I see the Albaz playmat at 63. I actually have no clue what that's actually worth. Albaz playmat and Judge. Let's do Judge playmat. Let's not get into Albaz customs. 95 low, so not as good of a deal, but still a deal versus it. And then We have the LLDS mats we never got over here. The Lightsworn one's pretty cool if you're a Lightsworn duelist. Going through sneak peek mats. The Bujin mat twice. This one's more expensive, so I guess they have maybe layers to the sale to some degree. Rarity Collection to release. Playmat 27 insta sold out. I would have wanted the Silent Mommy playmat. Legacy of Destruction release event. Enemy controller Judge mat is very cool. Wow. I know we're back out of the cards, but these things do I like them, okay? I have a huge stack of mats that I don't use, but I do use. I'm sure a lot of people are like that, where they have more play mats than they should have. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 150 lowest right now, and they have it for 53. So if you're on the slow grind for play mats, a lot of these are pretty nice in price, in my opinion. I feel like this is about the price of the Merrick playmat. I want to say I've looked it up before. I've been interested in getting one, but I didn't. So I'll try to speed through playmats a bit more. All right, so we've got customs. Hopefully nothing too saucy. We're scrolling, and there it is, yeah, at $34. So it's not the hugest savings at $5 off and then the code, but it still is a little. And we get into, oh, giant card sold out instantly. Gandora? They had Gandora foil? Dang! 1 second, I am going to real quick, giant card. I probably should have done this earlier. Giant Germ, Giant Rex. That looks to be their only giant card from the sale. Dang! I fiend for giant cards sometimes, okay? So, going back to the sale, little disappointed for myself. That's so cool. Aroma Seraphie Jasmine is one that I was suggesting and then went up in price, I believe. Aroma Seraphie Quarter Century Secret Rare. I know it, yeah, I see it bumped up at first, but has come down a little. $39, so you get EU at a discount, shipped to your front door if you're hitting free shipping. I saw, actually, one of the top duelists doing EU bust and then selling the results in a claim sale very successfully for upped price in the NA groups. So, having this at an actual discount instead of an up sale is a pretty nice resource if you're wanting EU print for modern sets like battles and cards out of there. I personally do want Archfiend's Advent. Man, I might actually pick that up off of the sale. They're going for, like, I want to say 25 at this point. Let's just pull up battles. I'm pretty sure they're like down to 25, but I might want an EU print. Yes, they are. I'm a huge Summon Skull fan. I've said that many times on the channel. I still keep the pillow down here, but I am hunting this card. I'm trying to pick where the low will be, but EU right here might have to do it. Now, Red Lotus has gone absolutely nuts, and so has Shining Star. It looks like Shining Star sold out anyways. Wow, Dragon Master Magia relisted and sold out at $5.21 for EU print, and it looks like multiple others have from battles. Okay. So it looks like we're in like this phase of just Battles of Legends cards, and they have them listed. Some of these might even probably be prices that they've just redone. Marked sale here. Okay, the Kurikara. I think that was the most ridiculous short print price to actually pop up. Substitute, I believe that might actually be a little bit of a deal for its short print unless it's come down that much. It was like 8 to 9 last I looked. It has come down a little, so that is $7-ish and quickly towards 8, and they have the EU one at 5. So it looks like they have Battles of Legend clogging up some of the sale, and the things that are more notable actually marked sale. That makes a little bit of sense to me. So Battles of Legend cards, let's get past it. Lara, I think, came down a little, yet is still marked sale. Spiritual Beast. This is why I'm saying, take your time, even though things are gonna sale and sell out of your cart. Maybe take a little bit of time. That's about the price it's going for, and then you can use a code and get it in EU print. So it is still a resource, but don't like, oh, has she gone up crazy? Better add it to my cart. Better check out. Slow down just a hair. I'm always going to put you guys before the sponsors and tell you, hey, don't shop blind. Don't just think everything's the best deal. Take your time with it. We've got Rarity Collection, 2 singles, and it looks like starting out on the lower end next. 9,700 products. There had to be a way to maybe sort this a little better. Souls, super rare at 5. That doesn't sound like a deal. Magician's Souls. So definitely the front page started out stronger. Magician's Souls. And yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that one. They probably need to recheck some of what they've got going on here. I do know they have an international audience that has cards that are more expensive, like Brazil, and also Japan will shop over here. But that one, that seemed a little bit ridiculous to have the sale marker on it, Tier 0. I love you guys, but the front few pages definitely were wowing me harder. Is there a way to maybe filter percent sale? So like I could filter it to how much off it is. It doesn't seem like there's a great way to, off the top of my head, filter this. Maybe I'll get advice from them after on how I should have sorted this out. Let's go price high to low like we usually do and see what the top end of their sale is. Okay, Rarity Collection. That's how the giant card probably got found. Prize cards and graded cards. Okay, Rarity Collection cases. How much was that per box? 1 second. Calculator. That was 1146. Use the code, get that 5% off. Divide by 12 boxes. $90 a box, and those are going for $125 right now. I've actually looked that up recently because I did my own bust at, I think, it was 105 a box that I did because they're 125. That's Rarity Collection. Rarity Collection 1. So that definitely went fast. Hopefully that's one of the things they have the ability to restock a little bit for y'all. But yeah, so 122 is the very low at this point. The people with a couple of them are trying to sell. Maybe it's people selling out of Yu-Gi-Oh, etc. That was a very good deal. We were busting this open, and the minimum I think anyone got back was 85 out of the card. So that's like a free gamble opening cases, I feel like. 10,000 Dragon at 781. These go for like 850. Light of Destruction, Unlimited reprint boosters. Yuck. I'm not a fan. It looks like they have Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge case at 745. What is that going to be? I can't quick maths that completely in my head. 62 a box. I wanted to say it was like 60 point something, so I was a bit off. 62 a box. It's okay. It's a little under, and then you can use a code, of course. 745 times 0.95 and then divided by 12. Does that get to the number in my head? No, even cheaper. Okay, so 58.9. That's way better. So I guess they're anticipating code usage for some of these on the sale to make it a bit more impressive. I do like this set. Super long term, although the connotation with the set on Magia got a lot more disgusted with it. And then if Magia does get a reprint anytime soon, I think that'll tank probably the prospect of the sealed, where it could actually tank it if Magia doesn't get reprinted for like 5 years, but if it gets reprinted in 2, probably not the best. So you're gambling a lot on what Konami will do if you're keeping the sealed to keep sealed rather than open. Do be aware of that. So a lot of the top end is going to be cases and stuff they've had. I've called this value smashers. We opened it in the stream and it actually was extremely fun, and so much has gone up in it. Makes sense that would sell out pretty much immediately. We already covered the Magia. Looks like the OCG briefcases got some notice. They have 4 and 10,000 Dragons, which are like half the price of the English. I personally wouldn't go foreign on a high-end card like this, although the Pokemon market had its moment where foreign actually came up a ton. I don't know, 10,000 Dragons is just not my favorite personally. They have graded Exodia First Edition, but they're 9s. I personally only like 10s when it comes down to it, but that is pretty cool for First Edition. What else have you got? Prize cards, okay, 391. I feel like these typically go for 500. Well, let's look it up. YCSWEN14. All right. Let's see. I'm not a big prize card like vanilla fan. YCSWEN014. A bunch of these will appear also during the WCQ season. So be aware, like, every event's going to have 32 plus of these. But yeah, it's a deal for now. And you still get 5% off. So it's pretty much what the deal price in the room will be before they do go back up after the season. They're just getting ahead of it. I think it is still a decent pickup if you're a prize card collector at the price, but I wouldn't be over speculating on vanilla prize cards, right? Stardust Dragon again came down a ton with a lot of the Starlight market, but they have a ton of classics mixed in here like Magician of Faith and Bottomless Trap Hold to look at. Again, with slabs, unless you're going to crack it, I don't respect anything but a 10 personally, and sometimes a 9 if it's like on a discount. They do have the Asia Judge mats and OCG mats to look through for. Looks like they put up a U-Bell that's already gone. So, I've rambled a bit, gone through. You should probably start looking at the sale yourself because things are selling out en masse through the site. And looks like they even have pre-orders on the sale, although Megatons have failed 3 years straight, so that's your gamble. I personally wouldn't be taking, but they're doing a bunch of special arts and 25ths in here, so who knows. But my point being, go look at the sale, check it out. Thanks for watching, and have a happy 4th. I'm going to go spend some time with family, and I hope you do too. Again, code What's Good 5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly works. This video is not sponsored. That's why I'm able to actually go through and be like, hey, don't buy this, and always put y'all first, and then be like, hey, that's pretty good.